Hi guys, Office Bloke Dave here. I hope you're all doing great out there. I am enjoying broadening my horizons and listening to all types of music on these reactions. Again, similar to Office Blokes React when we started doing it over there, we were doing metal music mainly to begin with, and metal's my thing, it always has been. And it's one thing I really enjoyed when we were doing it way back when, like 2.5 years ago now at Office Blokes React, was the fact that we were getting so many requests for genres I don't normally listen to or artists I don't normally listen to, and it just helped me kind of get out of my comfort zone and start appreciating some other bands, because I did used to be a bit of a elitist metalhead in my younger days, where it's like it had to be a certain way and I wasn't open to like singing in certain ways and things like that. I've relaxed a lot nowadays. I've definitely broadened my horizons. That being said, this is country music reaction, and I don't particularly listen to a lot of country music, I'm not going to lie. I've reacted to a little bit. I listened to Hank 3, which is Hank Williams III, but he's been ingrained in the sort of metal scene for years. He was bassist, I think, in Superjoint Ritual. He's got loads of his own albums, but I listened to his country albums. Straight to Hell by Hank 3 is an absolutely... it's a classic album that gets a lot of spins in the car, put it that way. Never really listened to Hank Williams Jr., which I'm guessing is Hank 2, Hank 3's dad. I'm sure I've heard songs in passing, I definitely will have done, but I've never really just sat and listened to him. So I'm going to go for a bit of Hank Williams Jr., A Country Boy Can Survive. 142 million views in 11 years. So you can't really argue with those numbers, can you? So let's do it. Hank Williams Jr., A Country Boy Can Survive. Let's do it. Before we get into it, let's get this out of the way. I'm drinking Budweiser. Give me shit in the comment section. It's not a protest. I actually quite like Budweiser.
Says it's the end of time, and the Mississippi River, she's a going dry. The interest is up and the stock market's down, and you're only getting mugged if you go downtown. I live back in the woods, you see, a woman and the kids and the dogs and me. Got a shotgun, a rifle, and a four-wheel drive, and a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive.
I like it. I don't know how many of you out there watch Office Blokes React, but I get sort of stick all the time for the fact that I live kind of semi-rural. For the UK, it's semi-rural. Had shotguns up until a couple of years ago, where I had to sell them to pay legal fees at one point, put it that way. I'm one of those people who likes a simple life. I think I've got chickens in the garden, as long as my kids are safe, a couple of beers in the fridge or whatever, and I'm quite happy with that. I love being outdoors and being rural. So this song's speaking to me a little bit. I don't have a pickup truck, unfortunately. They're not really that viable in the UK. But I love this sort of thing.
Country folks can survive. I can plow a field all day long. I can catch catfish from dusk till dawn. Make our own whiskey and our own smoke too. Ain't too many things these old boys can't do. Good old tomatoes and homemade wine, and country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. Because you can't starve us out and you can't make us run. Those wooden old boys raised on shotguns. We say grace, we say man. from the West Virginia coal mines and the Rocky Mountains and the western skies. And we can skin a buck, we can run a trot line, and a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. I had a good friend in New York City. He never called me by my name, just Hillbilly. My grandpa taught me how to live off the land, and his taught him to be a businessman. He used to send me pictures of the Broadway nights, and I'd send him some homemade wine. But he was killed by a man with a switchblade knife. For $43, my friend lost his life.
Shit.
I'd love to spit some beach nut in that dude's eyes and shoot him with my old 45, cause a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. Cause you can't stop us out and you can't make them run, cause we're them old boys raised on shotgun. We say grace and we say ma'am, if you ain't into that, we don't give a damn. We're from North California and South.
I'm just checking it was safe for a pause somewhere. This is a tune. This is such a tune. It definitely speaks to me in a lot of ways. Like, my whole goal in life is to live on a homestead at some point, which in the UK is a lot harder than it is in the States to acquire. I'm not saying it's harder to do and harder to live on, but to actually get land that you're allowed to live that way, and for people to leave you alone and the council and the government to leave you alone. It's a tough ask in this country, it really is. But fingers crossed, that is the dream one day. There's so much of this. I like making wine as well, so it's getting me.
We're from North California and South Alabama and little towns all around this land. We can skin a buck and run a trot line, and a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. Country boy can survive. Country folks can survive.
Nice. That was an absolute tune. So 2007 that came out, 15 years ago. I think that's a great tune. Yeah, it goes without a doubt. It speaks to me. Absolutely love it. I do what I say. Like, I'm a big believer in keeping life simple, and I think one of the sort of ideas behind that song is that the city life can be sort of complicated a little bit, or seem complicated. He started the song by talking about how the preacher's talking about the fact that it's the end times and the Mississippi's going to dry up and stuff like that. And it seems like that never goes away. Like, the more you listen to people, the more you absorb everyone's views and opinions and stuff like that. There's so many doomsayers out there. There's so many people that are like, the end is nigh, or you can't live that way, or I disagree with the fact that you do this or you do that. I'm one of those people who, like, I like to get on with my life, be left alone, have a close circle around me, people that I like and people that I love, and let me get on with my life. You know, one of the things I love about where I live, which isn't the case for a lot of places in England, is I've got quite a big back garden, and then at the back is just fields, and then there's a nature reserve behind that. If I were to have a fire in the back garden, then it'd be like 12-foot flames. No one says a word. Stand around, glass of whiskey and a cigar or something with a big fire, which I've done multiple times while I've been living here. I love it. That's the way I want to live. Actually, the way I want to live is to have 100 acres or so and have a homestead. But, you know, we've got to start somewhere. And hopefully one day I will get there. Absolute tune, though. Love that. If you did too, make sure you like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Let me know what other country music I need to be doing. And yeah, I'll do it. I'll try and get on it. So I appreciate that one, guys. Cheers.